This video will be a quick review of finding slope from 2 points. Okay, for just a quick review, should look familiar to you. This is the slope formula over here in yellow in the box, and it's used to find slope from 2 points. There seems to be a little confusion about it because of the subscript where next or underneath to the right of each letter or variable you see a 2 and a 1. And just to be clear, they don't do anything mathematically. They're really just a label to indicate what point it's from. And the main idea is that you can actually consider either the first or the second point as your second or first set of points. It just really depends on you. Typically, people take the first set of coordinate points that are listed as your x1, y1, and your second set is your x2, y2. And notice the key thing is that this little subscript here is just a label saying that these two are from the same point, and the two, x2, y2, are from the same point. Okay? I'm going to calculate the slope for this first example set of points using the first set as y1, x1, y1, and the second set as my x2, y2. And then we go ahead and do the same thing again, only use the 5, negative 10 as my first set of points, and negative 2, 3 as my second set. We should get, well, we will get the same answer. All right, so let's start off with using negative 10. Okay, this negative 10 matches up with y2. I'm going to subtract my first y, which is 3. That's going to go over my second x. Okay, that's 5. I'm going to subtract my first x, which is negative 2. It's so important that you remember I'm subtracting. Since that's a negative number, it's going to be negative 2. All right, so let's simplify. Now I've got negative 13 over 5 minus negative 2 means 5 plus 2. That's a 7. Okay, so this is what I get doing it the traditional way, where I just basically consider my first point my x1, my y1. Let me try it now the other way around. I'm going to erase the subscript here and switch it around. Okay. If I wonder why I have a comma, I really don't need to have a comma there. So let me make this my x2, my y2, and my x1, y1, and do it the other way around. So here I'm going to take, use 3 as my y2. I'm going to subtract my first y, which is negative 10. That's all going to be over my second x, or x2, which is negative 2, minus my first x, which is 5. Okay? Okay, now again, I've got 13 minus negative 10, which is going to be 3 minus negative 10. So that's going to be 3 plus 10, or 13, over negative 2 minus 5, which is negative 7. Now, negative 13 over 7 and 13 over negative 7 really both simplify to negative 13 sevenths. So I get the same answer either way. Really important just to kind of notice that however you do it, the 2 points that are above each other need to come from the same set of points. So this negative 10 and 5 come from within the same set of parentheses, where the negative 3, the 3 and the negative 2 come from the same set of parentheses. I have a 5-minute limit on my videos. I'm going to try and do it again for example number 2. Okay, so I'm going to use x1, y1, x2, y2, and my second y is 0 minus my first y, which is 9, over my second x, negative 1, minus my first x, 7. That's going to give me negative 9 over negative 8. I'm going to simplify that to 9/8. Okay? That is the slope for the second line. In algebra, we can go ahead and leave it as an improper fraction too. Since it looks like I may have a little more time, I'm going to try quickly squeezing in doing the second set again